Can't Wait on Love, RATT and Roll, CVT Guitar Lesson for Alan. And I saved, this is the last one for July, right? I saved the toughest for last. You wanted all the guitars, so we got that, got all the solos, and there's tons of Warren solos in here. A lot of cool riffs, Alan. You're gonna really dig them. Tuning is standard in this. One section I kind of combined the two, and I think it sounds really cool. So anyways, a lot of pages of tabs, man, 7 pages. So let's jump in, man. Section 1, and this has melody and harmony on these single notes, kind of throughout the song, but so check this out. We're hitting a power chord. It's a A5 is the name of it. It's 7D and 9G. Quick rest, and then 9 on the G, which are already there. You're going to pinch harmonic vibrato. So it's, and then 7G, 10, 9 on the D, palm mute, the 10 and 9. So like your melody is, okay, so, and then we're going to jump over to 3rd fret A and D. We're going to bar that in 5G. That's called, Alan, the power chord is really a F5, but it's got a C on the bass. So in music you'd see F5 / C combination. So, and then palm mute the 3D, and then 5G slide to 7. So vibrato. 5G pull off to 4. Palm mute the 7D. So power chord 5, 7, D and G, which you're right in there, right? So we have that palm mute throws you off. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal for this part. 5 on the D, palm muted to 5G vibrato. So that'll be. And then on the G, we're gonna go 4th fret. And then 7, 5, 7 on the D, and you're gonna palm mute the 7 and the 5. So that last one is. Then solo number 1 comes in at 6 seconds in. First finger, just slide up 2nd fret on the G up to 11. I put the 11 in parentheses because you're gonna leave it as quick as you get there. All right, so right after you get there, you're gonna go to 14 on the high E vibrato. So it's like, right, and then slide up to 17. So it's once you get to 17, that's in parentheses as well. As soon as you get there, pick and pull to 14 to 17B. So it's like a 3-note pattern. It's really cool, just through the pentatonic. So your next one is 14E, 17B, pull 14. And I would go up, down on that one. So we have 17, pull 14 on the B, 16G. You can experiment with fingering on that. 14B upstroke, 16G downstroke, pull to 14. So we have 4 chunks so far, right? And then 16G, quick pick there. And then 16 again, pull 14, hammer 16, slide 18. Sounds like this. Oops. Going too far. Once you get to the 16, or to the 18, my bad, there's a short rest, and then we're going to go middle finger, 17B. Actually, I'm sorry, pinky or 3rd finger, 17B. And we have a rest prior to that, so it gives you a chance to adjust for it. And then, so you go 2 times, 16G pre-bend release, pull off to 14. So, and then 16G, bend, release, bend. So 14G, you're gonna go half step bend into a 16 on the D and G, so it's, and that's actually 3 times. So the picking will change on the second one, right? So it's cool. And then 14, 16 GD, up down vibrato. Do it again, no vibrato, slide. So it's 15 seconds in, 21 on the high E. What you're gonna do here is pull off to 17, and then 21, slide 22, slide 21. So it's, one does a lot of stuff like that with the stretches. Then you go 21B to 20E. So intonation's out on this sucker a little bit, man. It'll be a down up. So again, then go 17 high E to 21 on the B twice. So and then slide. From there, 17 on the B, pull to 14 twice. And then 17, 14 GB. So we talk about subgrouping a lot, right? That's a good one. Pick, pull, down, up, 17, 14 GB. Back to 17G, 16, pull 14G. So that to a 16D. So you can see the scale in there. So anyways, a lot of cool stuff in there. 16 or 14G, 16D, 16G, pull 14, bend, hold, release, and then a half step bend. So it's $16D vibrato. 19 seconds in, 14 on the G. You're gonna bend that. And I would also start with an upstroke and then 16, 14 on the D, down, up. It's a half step bend. And then 16A vibrato. 14, 16, G and D. And then 14D. 16A, slide to 14. And then pull to 12, so it's, and then 14, slide 16, then go 14, 16, DA, on the D, 16, 16, and then 14G. So check it out, here's that whole riff, bottom of page 2. Use that third finger as a shift. Alright, top of page 3. To finish the solo, you're almost there. 16, D and G. And we're going to go down up on this. And then another 16, so 14G, half step bend. 16D vibrato, has parentheses, that means it's the downbeat of the next part. Section 2A, which I introed this lesson with this part. It was, and you totally got to experiment with fingering on here. When I first wrote it, Alan, I was going like this. Using second and third on the second fret D and G, and then index on the 2E. And then I started, the more I played it, I kind of liked using my index as a bar, kind of like. So you'll have to see what you like. You got to shift pressure if you do that. You know, you don't want it to be It's got to be separated. So, and then palm mute open 2 on the E. And then 2nd fret vibrato. That's actually the first half of this verse. The second half goes like this. Start it the same way, 2DG to 2E. Palm mute the open E, and then open E 2A, which is the E5 power chord, and then E and B string open twice. I'm liking upstrokes on that. Make sure you don't hit the G string in there, that'll define it as a minor. You just want to keep the E and the B note. So the second half is, do that 4 times. So that was 2 times, but you're gonna go 4 times. Then section 2B comes in at 37 seconds in, and in reality section 2A is still playing. This is the second guitar, but we get the best of both worlds, right? We're gonna do both the parts. Alternate picking, 2G, 4D, and then palm mute the rest of this on the 4th fret, go down, up, and then 12 times. You're going to do that 8 times. First 4 times are palm muting. The second 4 times, no palm muting. So and this will take some practice to keep it steady. Little increments when you're alternate picking. Don't overshoot, because you want to keep the speed up and you want it to be consistent. Section 3, 52 seconds in, really cool melodic part. Open D, 2G, and 3B. So that's our D chord. Then your next chord is a C add 9, 3A muted D, 3B and 3E. Hit all those. Palm mute the root note. That's our 3rd fret on the A twice. Then you can keep these fingers down. You're going to need 2D, open G, and 3B. So, and then open D, G, 3B. So, quick adjustment there. 3 on that. I had it as an open. So we have palm mute the 3A, open DG 3B, short rest. So, and then 2 open and 3 DGB, and then open DG 3B. Vibrato the 3rd fret A. Okay, so and that's a rest. So we have open A, and then 2 Jolie! Come here! 2A, sorry about that, Alan. 2A and 3B is palm muted. And then right back into the D chord. Open 2, 3, DGB, and then C add 9. Now this time it's got an open high E in it. So 3A, and then you're going to go open, open, DG, 3B, and open high E. Really big chord. Palm mute the 3rd fret on the A twice. Now we're moving into like a 3 count. Chord chunk chunk, chord chunk chunk. All you gotta do is change from the 3rd fret A to the 2nd fret A and repeat it. Open A, 2 D and G, 3B, open high E. I like to bar that with the index kinda. Get it in between both. Or you can use 2 fingers. Palm mute the open A twice. And then 3E muted A, open D and G, 3B, open high E, which is this. Palm mute the root, which is 3rd fret E twice. And then open 2 on the E, and then palm mute vibrato, 3A. So let me play all that for you once, straight through. Alright, section 4, minute 6 in. This is cool. Now this is kind of a two guitar player part too. You'll go. This will be open A, barred 2nd fret D and G, barred 5th fret B and E. It's a big fat A chord. You know, I think of I Don't Know from Ozzy. That's what Randy did. It's just really full. So